Hi everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some new products that I received from Born Pretty. Some of these I received for free and some of them I purchased on my own. So what we're going to do today is use some stamping plates that I received. So you can see that this has quite a bit of different designs on it, and this is Nicole Diary 148. Another plate that I received is Nicole Diary 230. These are a lot of abstract looking designs. I also have some different stamping polishes from Born Pretty that we're going to try out. Some different colors. They also sent me just black and white. So I'll have links to some of their products down below as well if you want to try them out. So if you're new to stamping, you need to paint a base color on your nails and let it dry completely. I just chose a neutral color for my nails because I'm going to be using these brighter colors with the stamps. You have to let it dry completely because if you don't, when you transfer the stamp, it can get gunky and pull off your base color. So normally I give it at least an hour or so. Then I also personally like using a sticky base coat on it. There's a lot of different things you can use for this. Maniology has their own sticky base coat. You can also use O'Reilly's Bonder, which is actually just a base coat. It's not meant for stamping, but it works as well. So I put that on about a minute ago, and now we're going to get started. So for this, what I'm going to do is use some of these abstract blob designs. And I'm going to start with a purple. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in one of the designs that I want to use. Then I'm going to use a scraper. Scrape that off. Use a stamper to pick up the design. And then as you can see, I have a leaf on here too that I didn't want. I'm just going to use some tape. And now it's gone. So I'm going to take this design and just place it randomly on my nail. And voila. Now you can see that the intention is that it not have these little lines in it, but that happens sometimes when you're stamping. So what I do is I just take a detail brush, and I can put a link for these in there as well. And I put some of whatever the stamping polish was that I was using on the detail brush. And then I just go in and fill in those spaces that didn't have the polish transfer. One thing that I like to do when I'm stamping, see, now you can't even tell. What I like to do when I'm stamping is I have this sort of paint palette, and in this little bowl part of it I have some acetone, and I just clean off my brush right after I fill it in so that I can use it for any other colors that I want to use. Now I'm going to use the green. Press quickly. Again, you see that there's some of the other designs on there. I'm going to take those off. Take the green. Put that on my nail. And then we'll go ahead and fill in the couple of spots on this one as well. All right, so I went in, did a couple more of those, filled them in, and now on my stamping plate, it's really important that before you reuse one of the same stamps that you clean this off. So to do that, I have this little grabby pen thing, And I use either a cotton pad or a cotton ball, and real acetone. It does not work as well if you use the acetone-free polish remover. And then you just take this and you can clean off your plate. The reason for using this little tool is so that if you already have your other nails done, you aren't messing them up by holding onto a cotton ball that has nail polish remover all over it. So now that those are cleaned up, let's go in and use some blue. Just want to make a point of showing these different colors on here and how it's really quite easy to stamp. We'll remove the excess. And I'm going to start putting these on some of the same nails that we've already done. So this is really layered stamping. I'm doing a bunch of different stamps on here, and then I'm going to do a stamp on top of all of them once they have dried. You have to move quickly when you're doing stamping so that the polish doesn't dry before you transfer it onto your nail. So we'll take this one here. I'm going to keep filling these in a little bit more. All right, so you can see that I went in, did a couple of different abstract stamps on each of my nails. Some of them, it's okay if you overlayer them. So what I'm going to do now, and these dry pretty fast, so I cleaned off my plate, and now I'm going to take some of the black stamping polish that Born Pretty sent me, and I'm going to use one of these designs and stamp on top of one of the ones that I've already done. So let's just use this one. Again, that excess I'll take off with a piece of tape. And then I'm just going to take this and stamp, kind of rolling it to make sure that it all stays. I've stamped over some of those little abstract blobs. Now I'm going to do it with another design on here. Let's go ahead and try this one. And these work really well. Well, let's do that again because I dropped it. So that one didn't pick up as well. So I'm going to take it off and I'm going to try it again. But like I said, it's normally best to clean this in between using it. So let's give it another try. There, that was much better. And so we'll go ahead and take this. I'm rolling it a little bit just to make sure that it stays on. Awesome. So you can do that on as many of your nails as you want. You don't have to do it on all of them. I think I'll keep going through and adding some other ones of these onto my nails. It's a really fun way to do some abstract minimalist nail art. Now what you can do, because you can see that I went onto part of my skin, you can put latex paint around your nails first if you want. That way if you get any of it on your skin, you can peel the latex paint tape off. Or what I do is just use the tape and see it came right off, which is great. All right, so I have gone through and put a stamp on each of my nails using the Born Pretty plates. And they look really neat. Look at that. And it wasn't hard to do at all. So I encourage you to experiment with different stamping plates, with different stamping polishes. You do have to practice a little bit. If you've never done it before, don't get frustrated, because sometimes you just got to try a few times. So the last thing that I'll do is I'm going to finish with a smudge-free top coat. I'm using Maniology because that's what I happen to have, but I let the stamping polish dry for a little bit. Normally by the time I'm done stamping all of my nails, it's dry, but so I'll start with one of the ones that dried first and apply this over. And it's great because you can see that it didn't smudge at all, right? One of the problems with using a regular top coat over stamping polish is that it'll often make the stamping polish smudge or smear, and then it doesn't look good. So what you can do, use a smudge-free top coat, let it dry, and then you can take whatever your favorite top coat is and put it on top of that for the extra shine. You can even take a matte nail polish and go over the smudge-free top coat once it's dried as well. But this is the key to not having your polish smudge all over. So there we go, all done. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel to see more easy videos on how to do nail tutorials and watch other product reviews. Thanks, bye.